Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today I have with me Zion Williams. He is a defensive back out of Troy. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you, Jimmy. How you doing?
Doing well. I was sitting here looking at some of your resume and some of your journey. I mean, I know that you were at Iowa Western and then
Yes,
also
sir.
obviously finishing up at Troy. But I kind of want to hear the words from you, man. Give me some of that background. First off, tell me where you're from and walk me through some of this journey.
I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I was actually raised in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Me and my family, we moved to Omaha, Nebraska when I was young, very young. I played multiple sports, football, basketball, track, did a lot of things. My mother was definitely in the athletic background, so I think sports was our ground and what we built our basics on. So I always been active, but I fell in love with football growing up around by like 6 or 7 years old, and it just fell on me. I always wanted to be a basketball star, but I feel like football always stuck to me, like the team camaraderie and always been around players. I think that just really stuck to me and kept forward. But yeah, I went to Omaha North High School, very prestige high school, won 3 state championships the year before I got there, my freshman year, and I just wanted to lead on the legacy. I won 2 state championships in high school, my freshman and my sophomore year. Made it to the state championship my senior year, and I was just a back burner. I always one of the good kids in the group, but I always kept my head down and always grind. And senior year, I blew up. I I took a chance on myself and grinded every day that junior summer, and good things happened for me. My first stop was at Wayne State College in Wayne, Nebraska. I was
Okay.
at the D2 first. That was my first school. I got a full ride scholarship there and everything. And I redshirted my freshman year and sophomore year. I just knew that I needed to take a chance, and I went to Iowa Western.
Cool. Wayne State, Iowa Western, Troy. Let's backtrack a little bit, man. You're talking to
Hmm.
me a little bit about obviously, you've been playing this game for a while, going back to when you were like 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, when you were a young kid, who'd you look up to, man? Who were you a big fan of?
When I was a young kid, crazy to really say this, but I looked up to Champ Bailey. I was a young kid that watched football, and I fell in love with the defensive backs. I always wanted to be a quarterback or receiver, but I fell in love with Champ Bailey as a young kid. Just see him, his ball production, always catching picks and a very tuned, lock-in corner. Like I always thought that was something I wanted to be, and then that's just who I looked up to. But also, like other than my sport, I looked up to LeBron James, like the work ethic and how he just kept everything under control. He was always himself. No matter what the camera was on or off, he was always himself. And that's the kind of 2 people I always looked up to in my sports.
Interesting. Champ Bailey's interesting. I was actually a fan of his. I can go in the closet and actually grab the jersey.
Man,
Um,
that's something I always wanted, a Champ
but
Bailey jersey.
yeah, he's definitely a good one to keep an eye on. And I don't know how he kind of influenced you. I mean, with you being a defensive back. I mean, but you know, just kind of looking at your journey here. You said actually back in high school, you actually did some other sports too, like some basketball and stuff.
Yeah, I played basketball. I was actually on a very, very well trained program, Omaha Elite AAU. We was based out of Omaha, Nebraska. We had kids from everywhere, and that's what my love really for basketball started with my mentor in 7th grade. Thomas Lakey, he helped me a lot, and he pulled me in his corner, showed me the in and outs of basketball, work ethic, and that would really core me into being a football player. But to be quite honest, I think what I learned from from basketball, transitions from football, and it helped me become a better player. Like the work ethic, always being around your teammates, lifting them up. You have to grind for it every day. The details matter, stuff like that. I feel like Thomas Lakey definitely helped me with that. And Yeah, I played basketball, man. Basketball was my first love. I didn't see nothing else but basketball until high school. And it's crazy. The story was my sophomore year, we was lifting for football, and I was seeing myself getting bigger and bigger. Then after football season was up, the summer football was over, and we started doing basketball workouts, and I could never shoot no more. Like my jump shot was never the same. I was like, man, I'm transitioning into a football player, and ever since then, my love for football became real strong.
Interesting. Like that story. So, I mean, obviously there has to be some shift in a person's journey if they want to pursue, the game at a professional level, which obviously you're trying to do now. So, but let's go ahead and kind of go back and continue through this journey a little bit. So you're a basketball guy, but obviously as you were developing, it suited you better to remain a football player. Obviously a corner. Did you play any other positions in high school?
In high school, my first position was quarterback. I was a really small guy taking the ball off my stomach, handing it off. I went to a Power I high school, so either you was playing running back, quarterback, and that was it. Either you the person handing it off or you the person getting it. But then from quarterback, I played receiver, and then receiver, I went from corner. But I was always an offensive minded player. I thought um, playing college football, I'd be an athlete playing on both sides. I always say I want to be an athlete. I want to be an athlete, play both sides in college. But I was really good at receiver training. But one of my good friends, Marquise Lewis, and he put me on with how to work out and get on the ladder, the footwork details. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna flip it and play. I'm gonna play defense. Like I'm just gonna flip everything you do for receiver. I'm gonna do for defense, and that just worked. And it was just like the whole summer, I just felt myself transitioning. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a defensive player. Like it's just that betting on yourself, knowing that it's just you versus another man in front of you. You don't have to worry about the quarterback or anything else. I feel like that challenge really pushed me to be a defensive player. But offense was fun. I get the ball in my hands. I made plays. That was easy. But being on the other side, somebody that wanted, score on you, I think that was more in my speed, my lane.
Well, it's definitely competitive either way. I mean, because you figure when the ball's in the air, man, I mean, you have just as much right to that ball as that receiver does. So, as long as you position yourself well, I mean, you can get that ball and get interceptions and make, these, quality
Big
plays.
plays.
So,
Yeah, I feel like me playing receiver helped me with my ball skills. Like when I was always a defender that took chances. Like I would jump routes and catch so many picks and high point throws that don't need to be high pointed, just showing off my receiver skills. I felt like that was something that I had learned playing offense that transitioned to defense. Like I was a ball hawk. Like wherever the ball was, getting PBUs, pass breakups, interceptions, like taking them to the crib. I've been doing that since my freshman year of high school on both sides, like going up and picking it off. Like that was something I was good at, but I was always kind of undersized. So you know how that goes.
yeah, no, I hear you. So, let's walk through this journey. So, like, uh you were at Wayne State for a little bit and then you end up going the JUCO route. Um
Yes, sir.
uh, Actually, the guys that I talk to that have gone the JUCO route, everyone has their own reasons for doing it, likely grade oriented.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing that I get from most people is that it is a hell of a grind.
Mm-hmm.
It really changes a person and I don't know, test your will. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, can you kind of walk me through that experience for you and maybe how it I don't know, maybe helped you as a player, as a man?
Yeah, my JUCO experience was very helpful. It humbled me in ways that I needed to see for myself. Work on that that confidence piece, the grades piece of understanding being coachable. It helped me in all core values of being a football player: character, work ethic, on and off the field, and just being a better teammate. I feel like when I was at Wayne, I was one of the best players that never played. I was one of the players that was looked up to by other players that wanted to be dissimilar or be in my same shoes, but I took it as I didn't take a chance on it as being more serious. Like I didn't take advantage of it. So I think me going to Iowa Western was a good thing for me because it had to humble me. Like I am a good player, but there's other things that you need to work on. And that's what I did. I went to Wayne. And I thank all them coaches that was there, but it just wasn't my time anymore. So I took my chance at Iowa Western, and it was just like I need to work on myself. I know I'm better than what I need to be. Like I was good on the field. Off the field is what I needed to work on. Understanding how to be a better football player, understanding the game of football, understanding how to play defensive back. Like I needed to know that more. So when I got on that field to showcase my talents, I'll be in tune with myself. And I met a great coach. You know, I bet all the coaches at Iowa Western were great. Coach Terry, he was one of the recruiters when I was getting recruited in high school. He was at Kearney. He was telling me that he was going to get another job opportunity. And I didn't know what the other job opportunity, so I didn't commit to Kearney. I ended up committing to Wayne. Fast forward, my sophomore year going to Wayne, Coach Terry gets the job at Iowa Western. And mind you, Coach Terry went to North, and I went to North High School. And Coach Stroh used to always come up to my high school, and we used to chop it up and everything. So it was just the connecting piece was right there. So it was like, I need to take that chance to go to Iowa Western. It's right there in my face. And Iowa Western was always a prestige JUCO that everybody wanted to go to. And I felt like it was time for me to take that chance.
Well, I mean, you took that chance and you did a good job with it, and eventually ended up getting an opportunity at Troy, which, hey man, Troy is a really good, institution. I mean,
Very
they
good
churn out
institution.
some good talent, have a lot of great players there. Talk to me a little bit about, I don't know what it means to be a part of that tradition in that school.
What it means to be a part of Troy, it means a lot. I came into Troy when they was in a new era. You know, Neil Brown had left his legacy at the school for years. You know, and Chip Lindsey came in with a whole new different era. I came in during that era, and it was challenging, man. You know, being a kid from the Midwest, you know, that doesn't know anybody, coming to a South-oriented school like where everybody's from this area, and you're in front of Midwest, it's kind of hard to grasp, but they welcomed me with open arms, man. It was something easy to adjust to and understand the culture is what it is. Like we're gonna play hard nosed football. We're gonna give always be behind your brothers and be coachable and win games. And you know, it was challenging. It always wasn't like that, but it was challenging. And the players around here, man, you will never forget these guys. You know, like things that like Carlton Marshall, Cholo, Williamson Cholo, T.J. Harris, Craig Slocum. Like I can name a million players. Jake Andrews. You know, players that really built this school when I came here. Like that's what their years of them being leaders. You know, and just being a part of that. It's amazing, man. This Troy culture, Troy football history is just amazing. And Dr. Hawkins, how long he been here and what he did for this school and how he transitioned it from being FCS to NAIAA, you know, stuff like that. You know, just from going level to level and being committed to one school is a big thing to me. And that's why I stayed at Troy because I was committed to this. Like I committed here to junior college, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go nowhere else. Like I could have committed myself to Troy because like the culture and just like how many like the teachers been here for years. Like it's just things like that just made me want to stay here. You know, I had a chance to get in the transfer portal and do different things and go and venture out after my 2021 season, but I chose to stay at Troy because I knew that I was going to leave a difference in here and be a part of history.
Yeah, so it's great that you stayed there, and of course, you know, get a good opportunity to play in Troy's secondary. So, when
Hmm.
you look at that secondary, when you look at that defense, I mean, how would you describe that defense and how you were utilized in it?
Man, our defense is so dynamic, man. Speed with power. It's speed with power or just straight grit. A lot of like I said, I named KJ Roberson, the linebacker, Carlton Marshall, Williamson Cholo, TJ Jackson, Shaquille Brown. I can name so many players in the back end: Dale Pettis, O'Shea Fletcher, Reddy Stewart, myself. Like we from 2020, it was the same defense for 3 years straight. So it was like we've been playing with each other for so long, and we just intertwining different pieces every time. It was fun, man. Being on that island, be able to trust my brothers and know they'll be in their spot at all times. It was a good feeling. Like Troy, our defense was was our core to our team. Not that, you know, a lot of teams to say that, but like our defense was really the core power to our success at Troy. And and to be a part of that, man, it was different, man. The defensive culture at this school is crazy.
Yeah, man.
And
I mean, you're not telling me anything that I don't know. So, I mean, obviously,
exactly,
the
it's self-explanatory. Like you said, you do your research and you read up on this thing, and it's self-explanatory. Our defense is just monstrous. Like it's different from these group of five schools.
So with you as a prospect, I mean, obviously you're a defensive back, but I mean, I kind of want to get your take on your experience level. I mean, whereabouts are you lining up? Like when you're out there in that secondary, I mean, are you strictly an outside corner? Do you come inside? I mean, and tell me a little bit more about what you feel I don't know, is your, I guess, thing there, like maybe like one of your better attributes. So
I feel
talk
like
through
I would
that.
be my attributes and how I see myself on the field. I feel like I'm a dominant outside corner, in a way where I have good intangibles. I could be a zone corner, I could be a man corner, a cover two corner, and like I said, my ball skills and my being in my ball radius is just crazy. Like I feel like it's one of my attributes of being around with and having good instincts, ball skills, playing good zone, being patient in that man to man. Also being in the slot, playing slot corner. I also played dime and nickel coverage here at Troy, and that was something that I fell in love with too because you know, being on the outside, you don't really get to help or have that over top safety or that linebacker, but being in the slot, you know, you could be a zone, you could play man. It's different to show your skills and show what you're really capable of, like that versatile defensive back that I want to be and be able to show that just is just top tier being that slot corner. I know that's a something in the league that corners or GMs and coaches want to have. They want to have that corner or that defensive back. They can move the outside, move the top side safety, or be in a box nickel. You know, and I feel like I can add into that in that discussion with my game.
Yeah, and I
And
mean, definitely the best attribute that you can have truly is just availability.
availability, yes. I was just
Because
talking to Jake Andrews today. Oh, sorry. I was
no,
just talking to Jake Andrews today. He's a prospect, and we were just talking how just your best ability is availability. You know, after you know what we go through, it's like you're no longer on a team. You just got to be available, be able to make plays for these teams and fit in, and be able to be that player that can be a chameleon, fit anywhere.
right. Well, what I was gonna get at is, you know, availability also on special teams. And
Yes.
so talk to me about your involvement there on special teams and what it means to you to be a part of that.
Special teams was something I fell in love with when I first got here. Coach Blackman, now he's now at UCF now. He helped me fall in love with the game of special teams. This year, special teams, I've had over 225 snaps. And special teams, I won Ironman of the year at my school. Made the most plays on special teams. I started on 4 special teams. Um, yeah, man. I feel like special teams was another chance for me to show my versatile. Um, just be able to run down the field, make plays, you know, being an athlete, block somebody, you know what I'm saying? Just sacrifice yourself for the team. I seen that as being like a team player. Special teams is being people that the everybody on the coach staff count on. Like if you're on special teams, somebody on a team or on the coaches or players, they count on you in a certain way. Like, cause you can't just be anybody and go on special teams. You have to be a different type of player to be on special teams and also be able to play your position. And I feel like special teams was a thing for me to just showcase my love for the game.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need those guys on special teams who have some speed and they're just I don't know, you need crazy people out there on special teams, man.
Yeah,
That's just kind of how it goes. Well,
yeah,
Zion,
yeah.
let's move forward in our conversation. I know you've had a lot of great memories as a collegiate player. When you look back at everything that you've been able to do, is there maybe a specific game, moment, or even a play that comes to mind as maybe one of your favorite moments in all of college?
I think my favorite moment it would be we played Southern University. It was our first game of 2021. And the whole fall camp, I was telling myself, man, I'm getting 2 picks before this game. Like, I'm getting 2 picks this game. I'm getting 2 picks this game, a pick six. You know, the little manifesting deal, just really honing in on the details, watching so much film. You've been watching film for so long. You just know that, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this play on this thing. So play Southern. I get him the third drive of the game. We got him back into like the 20-yard line. It's third and long, and I get the one side receiver. This whole time they be running goals or comebacks. If you play off, you're gonna get the comeback. If you play press, you're gonna get the go route. I'm playing off. It's like 3rd and 8. I just seen it, man. Just seen the comeback, picked it off, pick six. And I think that was just like a clear moment of me and like, of just showing like I can bet on myself. Like I could really do this thing. Like this is what I'm meant to do. Like this defensive back thing is my deal. And then in the same game, I caught another pick right before halftime, and I only played 4 drives the whole first half. And that was just an eye opener for me. Like I'm ready for this.
It's definitely wild and a great moment too for a guy who hadn't seen the end zone, hadn't scored since you were a wide receiver. Um,
Exactly.
so it had to be able to get that in the end zone and make the most of it. So
Yeah.
um, great.
That was
Well,
probably one of my favorite. Or another moment. Sorry, another moment is obviously winning the Sun Belt championship this year with Troy. I mean, that was something that we did as a team, man. That was something that you will never forget. This winning that Sun Belt championship and just laying it on the line for years. This is something we've been talking about for years, and that was like the cherry on top of my career. You know, like I finally got me a Sun Belt championship, and it was deserving. It wasn't like we didn't deserve it, like we didn't work hard for it. We deserved it. That we deserved that state champ. I mean that Sun Belt championship.
yeah, so you were able to get that and close it out just exactly the way that you should
Exactly.
when you're in college. So Zion, I do want to take a brief moment just to kind of share anything about you that's not football for just a minute. So whether that be hobbies or something else that you got going on in your life, anything that you're passionate about, just give me something that's not football for like a minute.
Uh, I'm very family oriented. I'm the oldest of 3 siblings. My brother plays football as well. My sister has a beautiful son. My nephew Yamir. I'm my mother's single parent home. I'm a very family oriented person. Like always puts family first. Always puts family first. Cause like I said, my family wasn't from Omaha. My family's from Cedar Rapids, so we just always been tight knit. Anything outside the family, we never listened to it. You know what I'm saying? We always been a tight family. Um, Hobbies, I'm really into music. I love music. I think music is a thing that can steer you in the right way in life. You can listen to the right artists, or you can listen to the wrong artists, or whatever you like to listen to keep your head steady. I also like to journal. Um, I want to write a book one day about my football life or my career one day. And I also want to be a successful entrepreneur. I want to just do different things, like if even if it's real estate or coaching or just things like that. I just want to be a part of my community, and I'm just ready to showcase the world that my love for people is really strong. Yes, I play football. Yes, I love the game, but the love for people and see them do being better in life is what I love the most.
Gotcha. Like you said from the get, spending a good portion of your time there in Nebraska. And so obviously that a little bit of a different culture.
Yeah.
coming down to Troy and closing out your, college ball time there. But talk about that hometown. I mean, I guess you still call, I guess you still call Omaha your hometown, right? Is that
Yeah,
accurate? Okay.
Omaha is my hometown. Yes.
Well, talk about that hometown for just a second, man. I mean, if I were to come visit you there, what would we do, man? What is there to do in Omaha?
I get this question a lot. Being in Alabama, I get this question a lot. What's in Nebraska? What's in Omaha? And the first thing I say is like it's a modern, cool city. It's like any main city you would think. Like I try to compare it to like Birmingham here. Have you ever been to Birmingham,
Yeah,
Alabama?
but I don't even know if it is like Birmingham.
Nah, it's really not even like Birmingham. But Omaha is just it's a different city, man. We have a downtown area that's really, 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 really nice. State of art, everything, remodeling. One thing about Omaha is always remodeling. The streets is always blocked off by some type of construction or something is going on. We'll go to College World Series in the summertime if you like baseball. If you watching baseball this summer, College World Series. Um, I don't know. I really can't explain the city too well. Like it's been a minute since I've been in Omaha. Like I've been away for a long time, but Omaha is just a cool city. It's a family-oriented city. You could go trips, go to the zoo. The zoo is top top of charts. It's always building something different. I don't know.
Well, it's definitely its own place. I mean,
Yeah,
you spend a lot of time there. It's very unique. So, and it's
like
not like you're out in the sticks. I mean, it's a pretty decent
nah,
sized,
nah.
city.
It's a
So,
city. It's real city, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
real
yeah.
city.
Well, Zion, I do want to try and close up our time here because we've been
Hmm.
talking for a while. So, I know right now you're training. You're working towards a pro day. Your pro day hasn't happened yet, right?
No, sir. March 21st.
Okay, so March 21st, which is going to be here before we know it.
Yes, sir.
So uh, w- close us out with really just kind of what you plan on doing at your pro day and why a team needs to take a chance on you, man. Go ahead and close us with those two things.
Pro day, I'm looking to do very good numbers. Run a 4-4, bench 12 to 15 reps, three cone, uh, run under 7, 5, 10, 5, run that under 3, probably around 4 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds, and just do great in my drills, show my footwork. I feel like my breaks are really good. I can catch the ball very well. I got good speed, change direction, fluid hips. Um, And I think a team should take a chance on me because I'm a team first guy. I will really do anything I need to do to help the team win. And I know that I'm great at defensive back. I'm not gonna say great, but I'm gonna toot my own horn and say a great defensive back with good ball skills, good fluid hips, like I said, can get out of any break, that's gonna take on a challenge, that's not scared of no competition, that's gonna do anything, literally anything to do for the win and help my family and provide for my family. And I know that everything that I do don't just affect me. So whatever I do, I put the team first. Whatever I need to do, like I said. Um, and yeah, man, I'm a difference maker. I make plays. I'm a gnat around the ball. I can tackle very well. I'm a hard nosed football player. I didn't play every position in the back end and every position on offense, running back, receiver, anything. I could be a special teams guy and be on the team and make plays in the special teams that if I can't make plays on defense, I can make plays on special teams. If it's kickoff, kick return, punt return, it don't matter. I know I can be a difference maker. And I think that's a good thing about my game is that I know I can do other things.
Gotcha. Well, Zion, do wish you very best of luck in this process. I mean, I think every team, needs a player like you who can do a whole lot of different things, show some versatility, can be a guy that can make some plays on special teams as well. So, do wish you very best of luck with your pro day that you have coming up and everything else that you got going on in your life. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate the interview, my guy.
Sure, no problem. Once again, Zion Williams, he's a defensive back out of Troy University. Check this guy out.
Thank you.